Once upon a time, there lived a young girl called Cinderella. Cinderella's mother had died, and so her father had married another woman who had two daughters. One day, Cinderella's father went to work and never returned. Cinderella was left at the mercy of her stepmother and two stepsisters who made her do all the work of the house. Cinderella, it's morning already. Where's our breakfast? Just a moment, stepmother. I'm just bringing it out. As soon as Cinderella had laid the breakfast, the stepmother and stepsisters started eating it. Cinderella served her own plate too, and was about to eat when her stepsister pushed her own plate away. Yuck! I hate it. Yes, now that you mention it's horrible. Mother, do something. Cinderella, are you trying to kill us? What kind of food is this? But stepmother, I have made it the way I always make it. How dare you argue with me? Go and make new breakfast for us. Don't you dare to do anything else till we have had our breakfast. And this is what went on in their house every day. The stepmother and stepsister troubled Cinderella without any reason. But Cinderella loved them still and never ever complained. One day, an announcement was made in the village. Let everybody know. There will be a royal ball at the place tomorrow night, and the king's son, Prince Charming, will marry a maiden from amongst the guests. The whole village was excited. Even Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters couldn't stop talking about it in the house. And that is how Cinderella found out about the ball. The royal ball, Prince Charming. Whole village is invited. I will finish my work quickly so we can all go together. Won't it be just wonderful? Will you say anything about you going? You will stay here and polish our shoes till you can see our face in them. And so, with a heavy heart, Cinderella saw her stepmother and stepsister dress up and leave for the royal ball the next day. Once they had left, she cried bitterly. Suddenly her room lit up, and Cinderella saw the most beautiful fairy she could imagine. Who are you? Get up, child. I'm your fairy godmother. I'm here to get you to the royal ball. Really? I never knew I had a fairy godmother. But how will I get to the ball? I don't have anything to wear. You don't worry about that, my child. And so, in just a few minutes, Cinderella was ready for the royal ball. And she thanks her fairy godmother and got aboard the chariot. She received the word of caution from the fairy godmother. Remember to be back home at 12, otherwise the spell will wear off. Soon Cinderella arrived at the place. Everyone returned to look who this beautiful maiden was. not even her own stepmother and stepsisters. May I have this stand with you? Yes, your highness. And so Cinderella and Prince Charming danced together throughout the evening. Till Cinderella heard the clock tick. She needed to get out of there before the clock struck 12. Without saying a word, she tore away from the prince's caps and ran out of the palace. The prince ran after her. Wait, what's wrong? Why are you running? I don't even know your name. But Cinderella dared not wait or even look back. Her beautiful crown was already turned into cracks again. Her hair was coming loose from the perfect buns that fairy godmother made for her. She didn't even stop when one of the glass slippers came off her foot and fell in place right away. She ran down the place gap and vanished into the darkness on a path that led to her home. Once home, she went back to polishing the shoe that had been given to her and decided never to speak to anyone about the ball. A few days later, two men from the place showed up at their door. The ladies that Prince Charming fell in love with. They left behind her glass slippers at the royal ball. The prince believes that such a beautiful slipper could fit only his beloved. So we are asking all the girls in the village to try this slipper. The ones whom fitted would be the one the prince would marry. If you had any girls in the house, please ask them to try this slipper. Oh yes, I'm sure it's what one of my daughters. The slipper would fit one of them. And so both the stepsisters tried to fit their foot into the slipper once by one. They pushed and pushed, but couldn't get their foot in. Looks like it wasn't your daughter's after all. Is there any young lady in this house? No, there isn't. You can leave. As the king man made ready to leave, suddenly the door of the house was thrown open, and Prince Charming himself stood here. Who is this beautiful in the upstairs window? Madam, you have lied to us. I demand the girl be called forth and try the slipper. Yes, but she is only a servant girl, nevertheless. Cinderella, come down here at once. Yes, stepmother. The moment Prince Charming saw Cinderella, he knew he had found his beloved. He took the slipper from the king's man and slipped it on her foot himself. The slipper fit perfectly in a moment. Cinderella was on the queen transformed into a beautiful maiden. From the night of the ball, Prince Charming took her to the palace with him. He ordered that the stepmother and stepsister be punished for lying to the king's man and treating Cinderella so badly and rudely. But being the kind-hearted person that she was, Cinderella asked for them. Cinderella asked for them to be given. The prince fell in love with her even more for her generosity, and they lived happily ever after. Wow, dear, how wonderful it is to give people. Thank you for telling me the story. I will tell it to John too. I'm sure he will like it. Okay, shall we go home now? I think it's getting late.